Usually we see a dip in the stock market into this time, maybe a shallow dip. But what's interesting to me is Elon Musk having a survey on whether he should sell 10% of his Tesla shares. It's interesting, isn't it? Why would somebody sell 10% of your Tesla shares, of his Tesla shares? How do I get rid of this? This gives me no option to get away. Just sticks up there. Okay. He's playing a game. He's played a lot of games. He's a very good game player. He's sponsored by the US government. Recently, Michael Burry pointed out that he put a lien over his Tesla shares. Elon Musk has done a survey on Twitter to see whether he should sell his Tesla shares. Recently he hocked about 8 or 9% of them and borrowed some money. I think it was in June. Since then, the share price has well and truly gone up. Now he is asking the general public, should I sell? ? Now the price fell yesterday. Full stop in line. But isn't that a great excuse for him to sell, where somebody else tells him they should sell, because he should sell because it's not insider trading. It's very public trading. When I saw this, I thought, this isn't a bad idea to sell Tesla, but I didn't think about it greatly. And I did think people would agree. But you can see it's becoming a falling angel and should come back to $920, full stop new line. Down there it may well be a bit of a buy as it entertains a kiss and a cuddle and fills the gap, full stop new line. This is how the elites play with the general public now. This is how the real governors, the real rulers of the world now play with us. They play with us like we are idiots, and we are. Full stop new line. He won't tell you or do a survey when he sells Bitcoin, which I'm sure his Bitcoin holdings are probably similar in size to his Tesla value of shares, full stop new line. But he will tell you that Bitcoin is a shitcoin after he sells it, full stop new line. Btc Usd, we now have government by big business for big business, and there is nothing we can do about it. It is gone. We are gone. We are gone, gone, gone. Full stop new line. Actually, I just realized if you switch the letters around for Tesla, you get SATEL. Satellite. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin futures. We can see that it popped its head above the old historic high. And it's not closing above there, but it's still closing above the highest close that it ever had. This is a fourth wave. A wave 4 formation. So by definition we are now in wave 5 of something, full stop, new line. We can see some pretty serious divergence in this recent up move, full stop, new line. We see the sideways movement on falling volume during the correction, so we can say that's a correction. We can see clearly the divergence as it moves to new highs on the weekly charts, new line. It's had its kiss and a cuddle. This was probably a fourth wave of larger degree, and we are wave 5 of wave something big, full stop, new line. We would hope that it would pull back down into the fourth wave of a lesser degree towards $29,000 or $30,000, full stop, new line. At this point, the best stop loss to employ on a longer term basis is below $60,000, full stop, new line. Last night, I got the itchy trigger finger and I pulled the plug on 1/3 for the Profit Hunter Group trades, new line. And as you can see, my table has completely disappeared and I have no idea why. Table content, there we go. So we have here take profit 1/3, and I put up the price and wherever it was. There's also a missing thing which is really annoying. She's deleted again. I didn't want to attack her about it, but she's done it again. I'm pretty sure she dropped off the Aussie without us being stopped out. We may have already been stopped out, but she's dropped it off when she recreated the table. I wish I was better at consistently doing the little table thing, because the code is with the exclamation mark, so it's my fault I didn't crack down or explain. Oh, this is fun. I can't remember the price. I think it was in the 66 or 65,000 area. Here we go. 67,000 for 640. I'm now going to insert a column. Btc USD. Our exit, if you were awake, was around here, and it's forming at this point somewhat of a doji. Notice it broke to new highs without extra volume. That was one thing. So it may form into a fourth wave and come back down to $65,000 shorter term, and possibly $64,000 medium term, full stop, new line. It may want to go higher from there, full stop, new line. We will rebuy further down at $64,000 for 1/6 only. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, okay. Oh, bummer. Sorry about that. Been hoping people have been following it. It's, yeah. Sick puppy, sorry. That's not good. That's distressing. Because I can't tell you what's wrong. You have to guess. Actually, I'm going to tell you something in a second about the BTC Aud. We'll talk about that shortly. BTC Aud, new line. Now we can see that if you were following the rules according to the previous trades table, which we are still long, then we took profit at $91,040.14 last night at around about 10:50 or something like that in the evening. Bitcoin AUD, BTC AUD, buy, I wonder if she will realize, and maybe I'll just be annoying and I'll just not tell her and see if she takes her a while to realize there is no stopped out exclamation mark in this. It says if stopped out by a break above with a stop loss below. It doesn't say stopped out exclamation mark. Maybe she should see the same thing repeated and reinstalled. Maybe she'll learn from that. Maybe not. I don't know, I don't understand people very well. I don't understand myself very well either, so it's okay. Here we go. Maybe it's the spelling mistake that's the typo that's the problem. Okay, we are still long some Aussie. Stop loss below. Oh, I cut that off. Bugger. $80,000. Okay. So, and so we were enjoying the pleasure of, let's banks. My typos just shit me. Sorry, they must annoy you even more. Yeah, it's funny. See, this is one of the ones that I was the most confident of the move up on. Do I feel better? No, not a lot. I need to move this column here. This is a useless column. The trouble is they're all the same width, aren't they? I wish this would just scrunch up this one too. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is if we are stopped out, we're going to rebuy. I'm going to make this a completely different order. We're going to move the stop loss up to somewhere where I'm about to calculate. See, the Aussie is what we can see is the Aussie dollar is weaker than the US dollar, and this is quite a good thing to see. You can see the doji. Now the doji's not over for another 2 hours and 6 minutes, but it should return probably to the old top here at, say, $89,000, full stop, new line. The place I'd want to buy initially, if we are to top up again, would be at $86,391 and $81,467 and just above $80,000. So that's why I'm saying I've actually got an order sitting at $80,000, which I put in later. I didn't put that in the post. So I'm wanting to lurk down here as well. Full stop, new line. So we'll move our stop loss up to $87,600. And we'll, sorry, I can't talk and operate the computer at the same time. It just doesn't work for me. We'll get back in for 1/3, and then we'll go just above $80,000 for the other 1/3. So what I'm doing here is I'm just entering the levels that I want to come in and play at, and then we can have a stop loss and go to hell in the handbasket below 77,777. And we'll have some TBAs on the targets. Potential. And if we are stopped out, we will enter at 1/3 at the above levels, full stop, new line. Ethereum, ETH USD. One thing I failed to tell you is that there was a channel line that was coming up from some old tops. It wasn't the proper channel line, but it actually hit that last night, and when I saw it, it was, you know, a few $1,000s lower, I think, than the top in Bitcoin versus US dollar. So I figured we're maybe near the top, and you can see Ethereum at the moment is exhibiting some sort of struggle street pattern, although not particularly perfect. Full stop, new line. LTC, sorry, ETH BTC, new line. As you can see, Ethereum lost the battle against Bitcoin last night or yesterday of the last couple of days, and we're seeing that on increasing volume. So if you've got Ethereum holdings, you might just want to go back to some either US dollars or some Bitcoin. Full stop your line. LTC USD. Litecoin follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now stumbling a bit. Ethereum is stumbling, and suddenly the second or third rate cryptos are coming into force. Usually Litecoin gets to that $400 on the spikes ever since it was created. Notice over here and over here. So if you want to have a fantasy of selling Litecoin at $400, then whack an order in and see what happens. Full stop, new line. EOS USD, new line. Buy a break above $6.78, looking for $8.57. You can see the same old thing is happening again and again and again. EOS has got some legs on the monthlies a little bit, needs a little bit more of a break to seal the deal. New line. XRP USD, new line. Ripple is marching up on the monthlies. It hasn't broken last month's high, but I wouldn't be surprised to see $1.60. Full stop, your line. At the moment, shorter term have a stop loss at $1.18, but these are the chosen ones as people go, Bitcoin's so expensive, think I'll sell some and buy some little shit coins. Full stop, new line. XMR USD, Monero. This has been languishing, but now it's having some fun in the sun. Probably heads towards $320 again. I'm not sure whether it will take it out, but if it does, look for $500 again. If you want to keep your stop wide, have a stop loss at $257. If you feel like getting some certainty about your ownership of some more money, have a profit take at $296. Full stop, new line. ZEC USD is Zcash. Zcash needs a stop loss at $164. It's enjoying it. Notice this is a fourth wave here. So we're in the fifth wave, so make sure you bank some cash at some stage. And that would be probably at $240, new line. Matic AUD, I must admit to being disappointed with this, and I'm hoping the fifth strings will start to be played as the other little ones get more expensive. We can see the triangle, and I'm having to redraw the triangles low, and we're seeing extra volume. So Matic has not yet stopped us out, but we will move the stop loss up to $2.35. Now, I didn't give you a Litecoin stop loss. But we can raise that stop loss up to $208. KDA.ASX, Cadena. Now, Cadena did have a pretty good pullback. I didn't think it would pull back this deep, but it came close to where I think I said it could be in a worse area, but I was thinking it might come back only to $18. $18, and we can raise our stop loss up to $12. It does appear to be just having a breather. Super Farm. This has had a very good time. It's now in a bit of a confused state and probably should track down towards $1.60. If you feel like taking some profit, take profit towards $1.98. DGB USD, DigiByte. Have a stop loss at 5.3 cents if you are still long. Entered. We entered at 5.6 cents on the 7th of November. Sorry, I didn't pick it up. I am sorry, I did not. Thank you all for attending, and let's talk to some foreign exchange concepts. Thanks, Rob, you too. Do you like this idea of the table? I sort of don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. I think it just shows it a bit better. Okay, let's turn our attention to another table. Forex, welcome. Welcome to the Crazy Forex for today, which is Wednesday the 10th of November 2021. Here's our disclaimer and warning. We have some long-term nothings, and we have some short-term bull horns warnings in dollar Swiss, and we have long-term bear pause warnings in dollar yen, Kiwi, and the dollar index, and we have short-term bear pause warnings in a zippity-doo-dah day. So US dollar index DX. US dollar index DX. Tells me the videos aren't available. Okay, very interesting. we're seeing it start to roll over a little bit, a little bitty, a little bit, a little bit. That's kind of like a failure, and it's starting to show signs, but it's still not dead yet. I'm not dead yet, it would be saying if it was on a Monty Python film. Notice the divergences, a bit like crypto, Bitcoin. I'm not dead yet, but I'm feeling like lying down for a bit. Is the theme of the dollar index. Did I make a trade in there? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I think we went with the euro instead, if I remember correctly. So let's look at the euro. Oh, as a consequence of when I had my retinal tear done, the doctor said, "Oh, we put a bubble of a gas in your eye to push the retina back up, but it will probably may cause a cataract." Last time I saw him, he said, "You?" I said, "There's something funny going on with my eye." He said, and he didn't want to tell me, but he said, "You're getting the first stages of a cataract." I didn't have a cataract before. He said it was perfect. I asked him to put the lens straight in. He didn't. He said, "Oh no, don't worry about that. Repeat business. $10,000 an eye for a cataract replacement or something stupid." He's a smart cookie. He's a good doctor, but like far out. Okay, we are long on the euro, I think. Let's find out. So it's traded to a high of here. Maybe I went a little bit, I think I went just a bit above the fat controller. 1.1605 is the low. Sorry, the high. 1.1605, and over here we have the euro. We're long. Actually, we are long. Okay, I thought we were going breakout. So we're long. Stop can move up to probably here, 1.1551. And the Aussie we have is 73.65. $73.65, and we are, I think we're still long, or we short? We bought 73.65, and we are probably popped, which is not a bad thing. Stopped out, exclamation mark, for a loss, and be happy. We will own nothing, we will rent everything, and we lost some money, and we will be happy. Thank you, Alien Lizard Klaus Schwab. How interested is George Soros in the rest of the world? It's these lizards. Now, Queen Elizabeth is probably dead at the moment, right? Have you noticed that they get pretty old, but they don't die very easily? They don't just go, snap, I'm gone. They deteriorate. It's a strange thing. I mean, I think the Duke of Edinburgh Prince Philip lasted an inordinate amount of time because he looked like he was already dead for probably about 7 years as far as I could see. He looked terrible. And what they feed them on, I don't know. There's some theories about what they get fed, but these lizards. Okay. GBP USD. I don't know how I got onto the coin, but oh yeah, George Soros. Why is George Soros interested in the rest of the world and manipulating the world and telling everybody what to do so much after he manipulated the currencies and he's been doing it for years, and he's running the billionaire club, as I've said before. And I didn't, like I said, I found that out in, I think it was 2003 during the SARS epidemic in Hong Kong while I was there. And the man mentioned to me the gateway to the system, the billionaires club, which lives above the government. And now it's very clear that all of our leaders around the world, Jacinta Ardern, Scott Morrison, Justin Trudeau, Macron, are all paid by these people. And they are paid handsomely. Daniel Andrews is the same. Anyway, that's why they are so determined to use a very bad excuse that's not deadly as it should be for all the fear. So, and did you notice if anybody criticises Pfizer, they die? You've got to be very careful about going against Pfizer. This is the world we live in now. We are completely, there's no hope for getting true democracy. And did you see Biden complaining that the socialists in Nicaragua have actually cheated on the election? You can bet. And they said, oh, these people are, I think they're taking away opponents or something like that. They cheated in the election. They're projecting what they have done and what they will do in the next elections. Believe me, the Democrats will ramp up the cheating on the elections. Okay, so the British pound, do we have a British pound? We did. We're looking to buy at 1.1347. Now, this was not fulfilled, unfulfilled expectations. We will leave that there as is. Dollar yen, we're looking to buy at 112.45, 112.45. Oh, do we want it now? We will still wait there and fight the good cause. It's having its kiss and a cuddle. We'll still wait there. Let's move it down to 112 and 42, just for the sake of a little bit of perfection, fib perfection. Okay, now let's move on to the commodities. Welcome to the Commodities Speed Webinar for Wednesday the 10th of November 2021. Here is our disclaimer and warning. We have long-term bull horns warnings in cotton, coffee, Kansas wheat. We have short-term bear pause warnings in cotton, gold, live cattle, platinum, 30-year bonds, corn, soybean meal and oats. We have short-term bull horns warnings in palladium. Sorry, I'm choking. Palladium, 5-year notes and 10-year notes, and oats. I do seem to remember 30-year bonds were in the mix, but they don't seem to be there. There's the 30-year bonds in the top. Bear pause warnings, short-term. Okay. We have short-term bullhorns warnings in cocoa and OJ, jus d'orange. I'm going to save the changes because I forget these things, and then I'm going to go back and okay. Gold. We are long. Unless something weird happened overnight, I think we're still long. You might notice I'm preferring the closing price chart. Notice it's the higher close, so we're getting a little bit of happiness creeping into our lives around gold, and we can bring our stop loss up to 1788. Isn't that when we landed, wasn't it? Well, that's when the invasion day happened. They invaded everywhere, these Europeans. It's not just the bloody Australian. It's not just the bloody English. And they dragged my relatives in 1790. They dragged them to Australia. The kid was 8 years old. The boy was 8 years old when he was arrested and sentenced to death for stealing some food, and the girl was arrested for stealing some cloth at the age of 12, sentenced to, I don't think she was sentenced to death, but he was sentenced to, he spent a lot of time on the Junk, one of those prison ships, and then before he was going to be killed, and then he got sent to Australia for the term of his natural life, and so did she. Great life. White privilege, of course. White privilege to be imprisoned. Copper. We bought some, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We wanted, yeah, so we're long, stop is at 4.25. Not very happy about this, but we can have a stop at 4.3 if we really want to. Let's meet us in the middle and take it up to 4.2815, and we'll be long. Platinum, we are long, and our stop is at 10.13. Let's do the important stuff. This is creeping itself up. It's a creepy thing. We can turn it up to 10.18. We took some profit. We're now not happy about taking profit, I see. That's okay. The beaners, 11.36, 11.08. Oh, I'm crying. Too greedy. But it's nice that they crushed it back down. I'm not sure what to do. It'll be confused for a while. Let's just map it out and wait. Missed by 11 cents. That's so irritating. Close above 12.45. A break above 12.45. We got filled. So we got double entendre. 12.45. No, we didn't get entered. Yay. Yay. I don't know what to make of it. Let's see if it can get into that zone. Let's bring it up to 11.75 for the first entry. We'll then segue onto the softs. We'll just do all the stops. We want to buy some cotton at 101.84. Costs lots to buy a t-shirt these days. Bill Gates owns all the land now. I guess he's stopping that. No, we're not anywhere close. Cocoa, we're long. 23.80 is the stop of loss. We may be in the basket case, crying in our soup like a purple-haired maniac. 23.82 is the stop of loss. We are still in, believe it and not. Believe it or not. 24. Okay, 24.45. We are entered. So we're still long and hanging in. The OJ, we want to buy at 93. I doubt whether it's gotten even close. Nothing to do or see here. Let's go to the economics. The Baltic Dry Index. It went sideways for 2 days. 2 days of sideways. We had 3 days here. Whoa. Woohoo. It's not stopping in its little demise at the moment. So on the weeklies. 23.37 or 2337 seems like the biggie. It's not even hanging on. Yeah, this seems like the better area, 2400 to 2337. So it might have a little bit of a rotate up towards 3018 and then have a push down. Let's pick out what we can see on the fantasy. Yeah, there we go. We're getting that triangle here. So this is the weeklies, looking up to 3122, then down to 2600 in coking coal. Aluminum. Where did the aluminum? Where did the eye go in aluminium? Aluminium. Aluminum. Missing an eye. A smackdown coming back up to fill the gap at 221. That's good. Notice it's close to this 204 target. Nice to see. The Chinese iron ore market. Double bottoming here. China owns a lot of our iron ore that it's been stockpiling. Remember when they were buying heaps of it and they were stockpiling it? I think they are doing it as a plan. They think a lot better than we do. We just go, oh, we can sell lots, get rich. Twiggy can go and buy an island. Yay. Oh, how much dividend did you get this year, Twiggy? A couple of billion. What's an island worth 30 million going to do? But at this point, you might think that they might start to stock up. Donald Trump and the Chinese think very similar. Remember when he got really cheap oil, like negative, and he said, let's buy some. Now, Joe Biden says, oil's expensive, let's cut off some pipelines. Huh? Depends on how much money you get paid by the Saudis to fuck up your own country, doesn't it? Okay. I think that's it for the... No, it's not. We do have our other favourite thing, uranium, which I suspect actually probably rotated to the downside over the last couple of days. That's why we're not seeing updates on data. But that's just me. I'm a suspicious old bastard. Look here, not even any data. There we go. What's the date? 5th of November. They haven't bothered to report on this. Oh, okay, here we go. There's the 5th. And we've got November 8th. So they missed out on the 7th. We got a 4th, we got a 5th. And then we get an 8th. So the 8th was Monday. Okay, so they've missed we're still a day behind the pace. We should be seeing a ninth, so that's kind of better. Probably up to 47.5, and then I'll probably churn a bit. Then we should see it go higher. Okay, let's go have a look at the rest. Crude oil came down, and then Joe Biden turned the taps off. Okay. Still probably heading higher. Gotta love Joe Biden. We talked about cotton already. We've talked about gold. We talked about heating oil. Not as strong as the other one. Global warming making it warmer in winter to live, I guess. Not. Looks freezing. Coffee. I don't know what this is doing. It feels like it's rolling, but I got no clear pattern in that at all. Nothing at all to go on. Lumber. Lumber is getting crushed. This is like A, B, C, and poof, this could be going, really, there's a fourth wave there. This could be going probably down to about 200 again. Where was the low? Still yearly chart. Yeah, see, it's come back to retest the base, but if it takes out below 475, look out down towards 200. I suspect that's it helps when you kill people with vaccinations and stuff. A lot of people reporting now that, oh yeah, maybe people have adverse effects. Yes, it's been in the data for a long time, and everybody's been saying, you're a conspiracy theory. You look in the TGA website and look at adverse effects. You're a conspiracy theory. You look in the CDC website and look for their data on adverse effects. There's another website by the World Health Organization. You can look up the adverse effects of any drug, any treatment, and it's at .org. It's I can't remember the name right now, but it's fascinating to look at. And these are the ones that they're been able to report. Believe me, a lot of people have told me they have found it incredibly difficult to report their adverse reactions to vaccines in themselves and family members. So London nickel. We look up towards 20,500 on the monthly chart. Believe it or not, London nickel did not require us to edit any data today, but let's see if it does it on the dailies. It had its own little bar and had no need to be interfered with by me. Look at that. That's amazing. So hopefully it's bottoming and going up towards 20,571. Maybe everyone went on holidays who trades it, so the data wasn't reliable. Natural gas. Natural gas is getting the finger. We were short. We should have kept short. $4.68. At least we were not on the wrong side of the buying ledger. Talked about palladium, I think. No. Palladium is still pussy. Sugar. Sugar is still confused. Silver and confusing. Silver, we've seen the retrace. Just a suggestion, if you are long, which I tried for you, but if you are still long, have a stop loss at 23.65. That looks a little bit slippery dippery. RBOB gasoline, we see a bit of a triangle sort of shape here. So maybe this is a B wave, and then we'll go down to C wave at $2.21 and $2.18. 30-year bonds, the dirty 30s. This has gone ballistic. Now, I'm sure the Fed has realized it forked up with what it was saying and looking for 168.28 on the top side. Longer term interest rates going down. This is in keeping with the seasonal patterns, which I've been showing you but not trading with. 161 and 20-30 seconds. So maybe we'll put on our bear suits and parachutes up here for the bondages. Let's get into corn, the grains. Corn rallied a bit and got confused and stopped, went for the short stops and got them. It's probably a buy with a stop loss below $5.40, looking for a bit higher. Soybean oil, this has got the plops, really, just like Joe Biden's nappies. Let's not be interested. Soybean meal. This has been different to the other ones, looking for 357. Stop can be below 331. 10-year notes, the US variety, a ZN contract. Notice the difference. Compare the pair between the 30-year bonds and this one, 132. So the actual 30 years are probably being used for collateral in swaps and engineering, financial engineering. They're usually used as collateral. So that's why we're probably seeing this. The 10s are not showing. 10s are showing you still should fix your interest rates longer term, really. 30-year bonds. 30-year bonds. Wow. Sorry, soybeans. We've talked about them already. Now, Wheaties, the great Wheatie debate. They got picked up, came into the right area. If you did go long, have some stop at $7.50 short term and $7.46. Medium term, hope for like 807 cents or $8.07. There ends that lesson. Now let's talk about something else, something more equitable. It's got to be equity, not equality, equity. Why does nothing stand out to me in these trades at the moment? Is it my own mood or is it something else? Welcome to the World Indices for Wednesday, the 10th of November 2021. Here is our disclaimer and warning. We have short-term bear pause warnings in 1177 OEX stocks, a ratio of, I think, 5 or 6 to 1 to the bull horns warnings. We have Nikkei, long-term bear pause warnings, E-mini S&P, Euro Stocks 50, these are all short-term. CAC 40, German DAX, Italian MIB, Growth Index, and the FTSE. We have only 209 OEX stocks, making it a ratio of approximately 6 bear pause warnings to 1. Real warning. We were looking to buy some E-mini down lower. It's probably a fanciful thing. I was puzzled and mildly amused and concerned that the volatility index was holding up very well compared to the other ones. Now, I'm not technically in my normal chatty typing thing, so I'll get in there. I can get used to not having the transcript, I really can. When I originally started this, I didn't have the transcript at all. And people just watch the video. I seriously think it takes so much out of it. out of me, but I keep it for the equity stuff because people in equities probably don't know how to use the website so much, the videos so much. The trannies. We don't got any volume on the trannies. Why? Why? Dow Jones Transportation Average. After that big bar up, we saw basically a little bit of a flag. Now, the big bar up, I am now told, I think Michael told me, was on the basis of Avis going up, and I believe also there was Hertz that went up. So Avis and Hertz, I think there was an IPO on Hertz, and technically Avis is kind of transport, but it's kind of not really. It's more of a retail thing. Yeah, people hire trucks. I see a lot of delivery people in budget trucks here now, running around, driving everywhere, full stop, new line. Anyway, this pullback in the transports is curious. I'd like to see the volume, but probably we'll see down towards 16,023, recouping some of the stupidity, full stop, new line. Dow Jones Industrial Average, new line. Well, we see a doji and then we see a little bit of a breakdown. We have seen dojis in these indexes before, and I'd love to see the volume, but I'll put a target of 35,705 or 35,629 on this as a normal retracement thingy-majiggy, full stop, new line. This is a stupid move, so high, but it did it, full stop, new line. S&P 500 cash index, new line. A breakdown below 45.67, the S&P cash index. You can see the double doji with inside pivot day, so we have a short-term trading technique that says lower 46.18 is the target, stop loss is at 47.13, new line. The ADX is kind of mid-range, so we haven't got the proper triangle in it. 46.18 would be the triangular price target that I would like to see first. New line. E-mini S&P. New line. Maybe this is a fourth wave, maybe it's not. I suspect we're looking for a fourth wave of higher degree, looking down towards 45.39 or 45.61 the more I look at it, full stop, new line. It's gone overbought, so a reasonable retracement is normal for this time, full stop, new line. E-mini S&P internals, new line. We can see a 38.2% retracement with a kind of B wave in there. So this is corrective to the upside. Be careful, we've probably got some more down moves coming. Look at 46.73 as the breakdown point. If it does rally, your 46.81 area is the kind of area to short next if you wanted to, and if you can. Stop loss above 4,700. Full stop, new line. Nasdaq, new line. If Elon does it, every other dildo billionaire will do it. Full stop, new line. Elon would do it. Actually, Dragon is much cleverer than me. It called it a deal do billionaire instead of a dildo. I guess it's sanitizing. Every deal will do, every dildo billionaire will do. Yes, sometimes it's pretty funny. It's worth the trouble of it. So you can bet your bottom dollar Bezos will say, should I sell $50 billion worth of Amazon? ? And he'll probably put it on some stupid social media company. And then we'll get Zark Zuckerberg saying, should I sell 300 billion worth of, or whatever, FBI book? Then we have some real serious shit going on, because every fund manager in the world has made a massive fortune by buying these big tech social media scumbag companies. Full stop, new line. There'll be a bloodbath if they all start to follow. At first, they'll be happy to get cheaper shares, but then that will dawn on them that these people have screwed them. Look down towards 15,854. Full stop, new line. The billionaires are on the run. Full stop, new line. Volatility index, the VIX, new line. Oh, look, it keeps on going up. But it didn't get to R20. I am going to take profit on some, 1/3 of the existing position. Market on open or at 20, new line. I just think it's probably a good idea to bank some. Full stop, new line. German DAX, new line. Most of the damage was probably done after Germany went home. It's in a weird spot. I think you should be raising your stop in the German DAX up to 15,974. Full stop, new line. Euro Stoxx 50, new line. The Euro Stoxx 50 had a little bit of a hankering for a smacking. Have your stop loss at 43.44 and look down to 42.81 on the downside for some more fun. Full stop, new line. UK FTSE, new line. These are getting a little bit of a smacking. It's got an equal wave, so probably best if you are long to have your stop loss at 27,326 if you do feel like buying it, which I'm not sure if you should, but if you did, then have that stop loss down there. You could still hope for 28.081 if you are looking for a bit of thrills on the upside, new line. And it's not the UK FTSE, it's the Italian MIB. Shanghai A Shares Index, new line. Shanghai A Shares Index. This is breaking down, looking towards 36.35. A break below 36.20 looks for down towards 35.61, new line. Japanese Nikkei. Not having so much fun. Don't know why. Probably it's related to the China factor. Look for 28,895 on the downside. See how it goes there. Full stop, new line. Australian Share Price Index Futures, SPI, new line. I'm really surprised this didn't have the balls to go higher, but I'm kind of unsurprised in some ways because it tends to lag. It probably needs a shakedown towards 73.29. I'd love to see it at 71.91 so we could pick it up. And tomorrow is the day that we are waiting for. Full stop, new line, for a low, new line. Australian Share Price Index Futures, SPI Internals, new line. This is completely confused. It's got a 1-to-1, so should it shake down below 74.16, it's got some problems. Should it shake above 74.60, then it's got some pleasure. At the moment, I have no clue on the shorter term basis. I prefer to lean to the downside, new line. Thank you all for your attendance, and let's get out of here, and I'll talk to you in the next episode of the ASX.